Okay, so for this week's assignment, you're going to be doing some illustration of Monument Valley. I just want you to really explore the use of those tools like the Bezier tools, the pen tool, a pencil tool, etc. I'm not looking for anything super elaborate. If you want to go there, that's fantastic. I think the scenery is quite inspired myself. I'm mainly concerned with the landscape, not so much the clouds in the sky. That's something that's probably a little difficult at this point to render with the tools that we're using. So let's just focus on the landscape. But what I did to create this file is I essentially found a JPEG image of the quality that I wanted, and I saved it as a JPEG, and then I opened that JPEG in Illustrator. And what I then had to do was go in and adjust my artboard size. Now you won't need to do that. I'm saving this for you as a template just right now like this, but the state that you're going to get it in, I need you to go to your layers panel and pop it open, and you'll see that we're on a layer. And what I'm going to do is have set this so that it's locked, okay, so that you can't mess with this layer. I'm going to select away from my artboard tools. You can see it's not perfect. There's some white over here on the edge, but I'm not too worried about that right now. What you'll need to do for your end of the assignment is go ahead and add a layer, okay? And what I want you to think about is, in nature, these orders of objects that you're seeing. You have this one mitten, quote unquote, that's in the foreground. We have another one slightly recessed in the background. And then we also have some other lines over here to the right, to the left. We can see these little guys. Should be able to zoom in pretty close to get a good look at what some of those lines are. They do pixelate a little bit, but you can see them. And then we have this mountainous landscape here in the deep, deep, deep horizon. So what I just want to get a sense of is your ability to use the tools to render some of these lines. You can make them more complex or more simple. You can use the trace tool if you want, but I encourage you to try getting a handle on the Bezier tools, the pen tool, the pencils tool, and also the stacking order of objects. So how I might go about starting this, just to push myself a little bit up the mountain, is I'm going to go ahead and grab my pen tool, and I'm going to be very humble as I do this because I am no expert by any stretch of the imagination. But I'm going to go here and start dragging and maybe sort of adjusting my points. Now, the other thing that you need to remember as you're doing this assignment is that every point that you add to your lines adds a little bit more information that Illustrator has to remember. Now, one of the reasons people like vector illustrations is for the fact that they tend to be lean on size. They're very clean and easy to render for that reason. And so keeping lines simple can have its advantages. Now, if you don't care so much about the file size, whatnot, go ahead and make a more complex image, but it's also more complicated to manage, and it can end up looking a little haggard if you're not careful. So as you can see, I'm getting this kind of haggard image that I'm drawing up the side of the mountain, right? And trying to get some smooth points here. And I'm not a photorealist by any stretch of the imagination, but as you can see, we're starting to create this outline here. Now you see what's happened, and we talked about this in the textbook. It's got a little fill color in here. That's because if you go up to my object, it's showing you that I have a white fill. You can remove that by clicking the red bar, sort of the scuba diving symbol. Just click that and that can take that away. I happen to like it because it gives me a little preview of what my color is. I'm going to go ahead and show all color swatches here. It's not letting me do that. We're having some issues with color. So I'm going to open my spot colors here and set this up so you guys don't have to deal with that. In any case, what I would recommend that you do is have the white fill or another fill so you can manipulate it and see what your line is. But the other nice thing that I want you to see is that you can toggle off the visibility of your artwork of the template for your artwork, so that you can check yourself and just see if you like what you're seeing underneath. So you can import an image and use it as a reference point and take it away, and then have something that looks pretty darn good when you're done. Obviously, as you can see, this looks fantastic. Anyway, you guys, so I'm hoping that gives you a head start on this assignment. If you have any questions, please post them to the help space, and have a great time.